What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? D-Style Boxing here. God damn. Being a night owl doesn't have the greatest of benefits. You know what I mean? Like you know what? Hey, you wake up. You know, you look at your phone, and then you realize that like a whole damn stream for 2 hours took place. Like the type of stream you've been waiting for. You know, the type of stream you've been waiting for, like to go down. Man, that's all good. I got my own channel. I could just, talk about it anyway. So, what are you going to do? All right. Jab my like button. Let everybody know D Style Boxing is talking here. A couple of things I want to address. And you know what's happening with this Glovegate thing? And what I did appreciate about the stream, I listened to the whole thing, but I listened to some highlights of it. What you got to appreciate about it that there was a conversation, because usually like both sides seem to believe that there's non-starters, right? And then like nothing gets done, right? Like both sides, I'm right now, and then like that's it. And we also have a situation where people are in their bubbles where they're just agreeing with one another. Well, how about this? How about you know people get out of their fucking echo chamber and actually have conversations about shit like this, okay? Because that's the only way people are going to listen. So, what I found interesting, myself anyway, is that Wilder comes out and he makes the allegation that that Tyson Fury had an egg weight in his fist, but now I'm hearing that maybe it's not an egg weight, maybe it's the head wraps like Margarito and stuff like that. That's what I'm hearing, right? Now, I just have some very simple, logical questions that I want answers to. Okay, that's it. Let's play a game. Have you guys seen the movie Saw? Let's play a game. Okay, let's do that for a second, right? Let's play a game. We're going to play a let's say he did, right? That's what I'm going to do. Oh, D-Style, you're admitting that. No, I'm not admitting anything. We're just going to play this game because I want these answers. Okay? So we're going to play this game. Now, let me pull something up really quick. Right? I'm going to pull something up. All right? And I want some answers to like a lot of this. You know what I mean? I really do. Like I want answers. And all I ask is that people give me some answers. That's all. I just want answers. That is it. Okay, we're gonna go look over this. Okay. I know that these like it's just forbidden in many places. Don't show the images, and we're gonna show whatever we want because we do that for all the fights. Okay. I've been here for 10 years, and for all the fights, we show the other guy getting punched and getting knocked down. Okay. Look at this picture right here. Okay. Now, granted, he just landed a big right hand on Deontay Wilder, and you see the power because look at Wilder's face. But with that said, look at the glove. The glove looks perfectly fine, but that's not here nor there. Here's what I want to ask. All right? Here's what I want to ask you. If there is an egg weight in that glove, why didn't you just fucking break that jaw? If there's an egg weight in there, why didn't his face get fucked up right there? Wouldn't an egg weight just fuck him up right there? He landed flush. That's a flush shot on the jaw. Can someone explain to me why it didn't crack his jaw, fuck his jaw up? Can somebody explain this to me? If there's an egg weight in there, let's say there is an egg weight, why didn't it crack and destroy his fucking jaw? Can somebody explain that to me? If he cracked his skull, why wouldn't he crack his jaw? Can somebody explain that to me? Please? Like, I'm begging for an explanation. All right? I really am. I need an explanation as to why he just landed a flush shot with an egg weight in his glove, and his jaw is still like he's still good. His jaw wasn't broken. Does anybody at all have an answer for me? Anybody? Anybody? Anybody at all? Let me show you another one. Oh, we're not done. Okay? Well, we're not done. All right? We're not done at all. Let me just position this a little better here. Forgive me for the angle, but it doesn't matter. Look, check it out. Okay? We're going to show this right now. And I'm asking very seriously. This punch right here. All right? This punch right here. That punch. Right on the nose of literally right in the face, right in the bridge, right in the mouth. He just landed a flush punch right on the nose, one of the most delicate parts of the body, the nose. Okay? Can someone explain to me why an egg weight in his glove didn't just fuck up his nose? It cracked the skull, but it didn't crack the bridge of the nose? It cracked the skull. I'll repeat. There's an egg weight in there, right? And it cracked the skull, but it didn't crack it didn't crack his nose. I mean, forget about how ridiculous an egg weight being inserted in there and how obvious it would be that it was in there. Leave that aside for a moment. I'm just asking, why didn't it crack and fuck up his nose? Is what I want to know. Oh, let me get it. We're going to change the story, right? I don't know, but you see, the egg weight was in the left glove and he was holding it, right? So it's when he would throw the palm shots, right? Is that like that? That's where you see. This is what happens when something is proven to you. You switch it up to something that's convenient. Okay. Well, okay. Well, same thing. Why would there only be one dent if that's what's causing it? If that's your smoking gun. Now let's rewind. Right? Let's rewind a little bit. Let's just rewind a little bit. So I'm hearing, right? I'm hearing now. Oh no, maybe it's not an egg weight. Maybe Wilder's wrong about that. Even Wilder's wrong now, right? Maybe it's not an egg weight. Maybe it's what Margarito did, right? And the accusation of Margarito is that he had plaster of Paris in his hands. The quote-unquote smoking gun for Margarito, even something I find suspicious, is the crack in the wraps after the Cotto fight. You look at those wraps and you say, man, something's up with those wraps, right? Doesn't mean there is or is. I'm just saying that's the one thing you look at and you say, that is suspicious, right? Fury literally took off his gloves in the ring. He literally showed his hand wraps to the world. He walked up to Wilder and greeted him without the gloves on. He wiped blood off of Wilder's face with the wraps, like he placed them on his head and wiped blood off of him. How can anyone possibly believe that he loaded the wraps? Why is there like young Pharaoh never retracted, okay, his smoking gun about the bloody wrap, saying how could the gloves, how could the wraps be bloody if they were inside the glove? They had to have been in the wrist area. That's how the blood got there, right? Good point. If the fist was in the wrist area, okay, and if his finger was sticking out, okay, cutting his ear, don't you think there would be blood on the tip of his finger and on the wrap itself? Good point. However, when he took when he took the gloves off, they were pearly white, both of them. Young Pharaoh put a thing, wanting him stripped of the smoking gun. Look at the blood in the wraps. Oh my God. Well, if you go back and watch the film, when he takes off the gloves, there is no blood. He walks up to Wilder and wipes, he literally places, okay, the wraps against his face and wipes it. If they were loaded, it would feel hard as fuck. That would be equivalent of Resto going up to Collins and placing his gloves on him and wiping his face, making it obvious that the fucking padding was taken out. If you understand how taking padding works out, it doesn't make the glove look puffy one moment and then not the other moment, just on a split-second frame. All right? Which lighting and circumstance can make it look different. All right? I have a picture of Charlo's glove. You could see the fist, or it looks like you could see the knuckles. I don't post that on there because I don't want to put that on Charlo. I don't believe Charlo's cheating. But if I wanted to be an asshole, I could do it. I have pictures of Crawford where it looks like his glove is floppy as fuck against Benavidez. I'm not putting it out there because I'm not going to be an asshole and try to put that on Crawford because I don't think he's cheating. I have a picture of Spence where it looks like you could see his knuckles. But I don't want to be an asshole and put that on Spence because I don't think he's cheating. It is not unique as you think. I have a picture of Floyd Mayweather where his glove looks encaved. It is not as unique as you think. It's just that not everyone watches every frame looking for something to look suspicious in every fight. Which is why this came out months later. Which is why people were arguing with me that no, it was the left glove, not the right glove. All right. Because how do you hold the egg weight anyway? And this is, how do you not fuck up your hand? How does that not happen? And yes, those pictures are real. Ask G Funky, they're real. Okay? And I just heard somebody on Bloodstream. I'm not going to put names out there. Okay? It's not my business. But the arguments are. I just heard somebody say that Donaire is a power puncher and Fury is not, as if that's relevant. When one's a fucking flyweight. Bantamweight, I should say. One's a bantamweight, one's a 300-pound man. The 300-pound man hits harder than a fucking bantamweight. I mean, come on, it's common sense. That is common sense. And Bruce goes, 8 months later is not the time to ask for the gloves. Because someone that did cheat, they could just get the same fucking model, have a sparring session with him and then turn him in. That's not going to do any good. First of all, I don't even know where those gloves are. All right? I don't know where the gloves are. That's a great question, and we need to get to the bottom of it. Right? If Fury has them, it's no good anymore. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Right? When they first postponed the fight, are you telling me right now that this guy had a dent in his skull, right? Which I don't see a dent anymore, by the way. I guess it just went away, all right? You're telling me right now when they first postponed the fight because of the bicep tear, they mentioned the bicep tear, but they, with full intention of rescheduling and fighting Fury still in October, I believe it was, right? But they didn't postpone it because he had a dent in his head. Is that what you're telling me right now? Is that what you're telling me right now? I'm still of the belief that the bump on the swelling, okay, towards the eyebrow area. Although this is not true or this is not like a fact. It's just simply my opinion, okay. And I did get in contact with some cut men, and they say it is possible for the bump to move. Okay, I'm not even saying necessarily saying Diaz did the wrong thing, right? But he was smoothing away, not pushing on the swelling. Okay, and if you have swelling on the side of your head and you get fucking hit by a 300-pound man, okay, it's gonna make something look encaved on the when it really isn't. I don't believe the skull is dented. All right, you have tissue right there in that spot. If you feel yourself, all right there, okay, where the quote unquote, there's tissue right there. Maybe he fucked up that tissue, but he's also very swollen towards the ear cavity area. That is sticking out, all right, which makes the rest look like a valley in there and shit. But it's not a dent, all right. Look up baseball dent, like dents caused by baseballs. Or look up dents caused by, like an MMA with knees and Muay Thai. Okay, the skull cracks when it's dented. All right. Now somebody did show me something. Yes, Montiel looked like his fucking cheekbone got dented by Nonito Donaire. But that's okay because Nonito Donaire is a power, but he's a fucking flyweight. Okay, but he's a power puncher. Right? I mean, come on. Shout out to everybody, by the way. I know I'm not like looking through the whole chat and stuff, but I need answers. Okay, now let's go back to the rap thing. Okay, I keep hearing this stuff. It's frustrating that a lot of you out there aren't listening. All right, I'm not saying you have to agree that there was no cheating. However, there's certain things that people keep saying. All right, that are just factually not true. All right. Povetkin's team was not the first team in the history of teams to check gloves at the glove selection meeting. Okay? I mean, goddamn. Everything everybody's saying, oh, and this time, man, we're going to have our corner's going to be there. We're going to check everything. We're going to check the glove at the glove selection meeting. We're going to check the gloves at the table when they're sitting next to him. We're going to be there. We're going to be watching like hawks. When you're getting your hands wrapped. Okay, we're going to have our chief dude right there. Instead of check, like they already did all that. I keep hearing, I don't give a fuck about Suleiman. Who gives a fuck about Suleiman? Jay Diaz was there. Jay Diaz was there when he got the hands wrapped. Jay Diaz was there when they put on the gloves. There is a glove selection meeting for every fucking fight. Okay, like get it through your thick skulls. That's nothing new. I know maybe it's not convenient to say that, but that's the truth. Wilder's team did not object to the gloves that Tyson Fury wore. Where's the x-ray, Bumpy? I don't see any x-ray. They haven't released any x-ray. Where's the x-ray? Like you just want me to just take people's word for it. No, like I need hardcore evidence. Plus, even if there was an x-ray, can you explain to me if there was an egg weight in the glove, why didn't crack the bridge of his nose the repeated times that Fury landed clean punches there? Can somebody explain that to me? Anybody? You got to prove, like, what's the proof that there was a blunt object in the glove? When I already explained the wrapping situation. He rubbed his fucking wrap on the side of Wilder's head. Well, why would you do that if your wraps are hardened as hard as fucking steel? I would appreciate an explanation to that. I would love an explanation to that. Doctors say things, quote unquote, all the time. All right? A doctor told Kurt Angle his neck was broken when he won an Olympic gold medal. Now, everybody knows you can't fucking walk if your neck is broken. Maybe he just meant to say his neck was really fucked up. Now, if somebody says you have a bump on the side of your head, it doesn't necessarily mean skull, as in bone. Maybe the tissue on the side, okay, got encaved, okay? But that could happen with a 300-pound fucking man punching you hard in that spot, especially when it's swelling up. You're telling me to play doctor, you're playing inspector, you're playing commission, okay, you're playing rules. We still have people that can't acknowledge that Jay Diaz is there at the glove selection meeting. And if he wasn't, he should have been. You're allowed to. You're allowed to put on the glove and tap on it and all that shit. You're already allowed to do that. Okay? The MX glove. Oh, gloves like the MX glove. You motherfuckers want to turn the sport into like everybody's wearing like fucking, fucking orthopedic gloves and shit. Okay? Fucking fights suck with those gloves, but that's besides the point. Now everybody's got to wear winning gloves now and shit. Like, this shit's crazy. Let me tell you something about MX gloves. They're only illegal in England. That's it. Wilder himself wore MX gloves against Areola. All right? In fact, I'm not interested in trying to convince people otherwise. I just want to get some facts sorted out. That's all. Okay? Well, I'm going to show you right now. Just so everybody, oh no, you're lying. There's no lying here. You wore MX gloves. Okay? This is Deontay Wilder wearing MX gloves against Areola. Okay? You see how different the glove looks. Look at this left glove. Look how it looks. Right? Look at his glove. Look at that glove. And I have news for you. You can bend that glove back. You can. All right? And that is possible. Just throwing that out there. That's all. All right, look at that glove. That's an MX glove that he's wearing. Nothing illegal about it. Perfectly legal. Right? I believe Wilder hurt his hand in that glove, which is why he stopped wearing them. All right? Bumpy Thompson, you just exposed yourself. Thank you. Okay? So the gloves that are fixed are going to be in the glove selection process. Yes, they are. And Wilder's team needs to approve of them to move forward. And if they have an objection and the commission says, well, he's going to wear them anyway, technically that could happen, but there was no objection at all from Wilder's team. So why even have that conversation? If you want an example, all right, Russ Abner clearly, who was misquoted by a lot of you out there, by the way, all right, but in terms of the fight with Rivas and White, he approved gloves at the glove selection meeting. The problem was that the gloves that he had on the next day were not the ones he approved at the glove selection meeting. That was the problem. And they did not let him inspect the gloves. This was a non-issue in the Wilder fight. You guys, you just have to accept that. It's time to just accept that at the very least, Jay Diaz fucked up. If everything you're saying is true. Why is Jay Diaz still in Wilder's camp? Why is he still there? Can somebody answer that question for me? Why is Jay Diaz, if all this is true, right? We have footage of Jay Diaz. You can talk to me all day about Suleiman. You can talk to me all day about the commission, about Fury's past, right? Well, Fury's past was his past before the first fight, and you already fought him once, right? So how could you can't use his past as some type of like proof when his past was his past before the first fight when he called him out. How can Jay Diaz be in the room when the hands are getting wrapped, when the gloves are put on? How could he be the one giving Wilder the water in the corner? And yet you believe that he was drugged. You believe the gloves were illegal. You believe something was up with the wraps. And you believe that there's a traitor in the camp, and that traitor's not Jay Diaz? Can someone explain that to me? Let somebody say that to me. Everybody drop the names. Just let's stick to the topic. I don't like name dropping, all that shit. Stick to the topic. I just want an answer to my question. Is it possible, if all this is true, we're going to play the game. We're going to play this game. Let's say it's all true. Wouldn't Jay Diaz, all right? Wouldn't Jay Diaz, wouldn't he be the traitor? Wouldn't he be Judas? Wouldn't he? Wouldn't he be in on it? I just want to answer to that question. If people could come on here and they could say whatever they want, all right? But hey, I mean, the patty looked just fine on all the clear shots of him landing, flush punches. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Look, at the end of the day, I mean, Jay Diaz is seen here taking off this glove from Wilder's hand because he fucked up his hand. All right? He fucked up his hand. Look at the thumb of JD's pushing down on the padding because it's very real soft padding. Anyway, broke his hand wearing that glove. It's not for everybody. Right? Jay Diaz was there. Afro-Rican, let's say the commission and promoters, let's say they all were in on it, right? Let's just say that's true. Jay Diaz would have to be in on it too because he was there. Jay Diaz could have broken fucking Wilder's hand there. Look at this incompetent fool. Right? Just pulling the glove off. He probably broke his hand, dude. But anyway, no one has yet answered me the question about JD's. Can somebody tell me why Jay Diaz is still in the camp? When at the very least, he was an incompetent fool. How does Wilder know that Jay Diaz didn't like do something to the water, even and just threw Mike Breeland under the bus? Can somebody tell me that? Like, what's going on? Why is Jay Diaz still there? He was the one that was there. And he's still in the camp. He's still in the team. Mark Breeland, he's the one that spiked the water. He was handling the water. It had to be him. Yes, I did watch the Custer video. And so what, Bumpy Thompson? What? What about it? Don't ask questions. Just if you're going to say something, just say it. Let's not waste time. What are you trying to say? Did you watch the video? What did you this? Did you that? Like, stop trying to be condescending. Just fucking tell me what you want to say. How about that? What do you mean? Then there's your answer. No, there was that did not answer why JD is still in the camp. All right. If all this is true, they snuck in an egg weight while Jay Diaz was there watching. Ain't no way an egg weight's gonna get in there unless he just looked the other way, right? You're telling me just like, come on now. He's literally sitting there watching the hands get wrapped. He's literally standing there watching, okay, the gloves get put on. He's literally right there, like watching it as it happens. Well, if he messed up, then why is he still in the camp? Let's make this really, really clear. You're allowed to touch the gloves. There's no rule that says, oh, you can't touch the gloves. Okay? There's no rule that says that at all. Right? But I got to keep going back to this. All right? I got to keep going back to this. That didn't answer it at all. It doesn't answer why he's still in the camp. It doesn't answer that at all. Like, how does that answer that? Let's see. Let me do this. Where's that one shot at? Well, first of all, it's not the fight. Let me go back. If there is a blunt object, quote unquote, other than the fist, right, in the glove, why didn't that fucking shatter his orbital bone and his fucking? Why isn't his orbital bone fucked up? Why isn't the bridge of his nose fucked up? If he has something in there that fucking puts a dent in the skull, why wouldn't it? I just want this question answered. That's all I want answered. Why didn't it crack his fucking nose? Why didn't it shatter those bones? Of all times he hit him, like in the eye area, why didn't it break his orbital bone? Can somebody answer that to me? Can somebody answer that? How do you know he didn't? Why he didn't come out and say it was, right? He gave us all his injury report, but he can't tell us if his nose was shattered. You're telling me that we're not going to know if a nose is shattered. Is that what you're telling me, Braveheart? So are you saying it was? Like, don't ask. I'm asking questions. I'm the host. You answer questions. How about that? Do you believe it was broken? Yes or no? No, B&B. You're going to type them down. Answer my questions. Okay? I want to know why the nose didn't shatter. And if you think it was, tell me. Go on record and say it was then. Is the nose shattered? Is the nose broken? Was there blood just streaming out of the fucking nose? Are you saying that the nose was broken? Like, just go on record. Like, stop playing. How do you know it did it? What's with all this secrecy, right? You can't quite chat. Just did it break the fucking nose? Yes or no, young? Like, simple as that. That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. Like, I know it's putting you on a spot. You don't want to go on record and say it. You want to stay open ended, just in case, whatever it is, because you always want to keep the conspiracy going. But just go on record. Just go on record and tell me if you think it was broken or not. You don't know. Okay, well, you don't know if it was broken or not. Why wouldn't it do like super damage? Why wouldn't his orbital bones break? Of all the times he hit him in the orbital bone area, orbital bones are one of the weakest bones in the face. Why wouldn't the orbital bone be broken if you had an egg weight in there? All right, fair enough, yeah. The knuckles were not. What do you mean? Like, okay, I already talked about that. You know what I mean? I don't like repeating myself, but okay, let's go over this really quick because I'm hearing this a lot. Okay, it's crazy how people never gave a dump about Breeland, claimed that he wasn't doing anything for Wilder, called for Wilder to fire him. All of a sudden, they're worried about his job. Okay, first of all, okay, let me just clear this up really quick because I keep hearing this a lot. Whether someone thought Breeland was a right fit for Wilder or not, okay, is different to he spiked his water and drugged him, okay, and conspired against him. Those are two different things. You can think Breeland wasn't the best fit for Wilder as a trainer, and at the same time think he didn't fucking drug him. It's not like you gotta believe, he was a trash trainer, and then it's the other way around. That's not how it works. Plenty of people believing in Glovegate were saying he needs to switch trainers. A lot of people pushing Glovegate were saying that he needs to move on from Breeland and find somebody else more, et cetera, et cetera. What does that even mean? That doesn't mean anything. There's no correlation to that. I'm not a big fan of Freddie Roach as a trainer, okay? But if Manny Pacquiao came out and said this motherfucker drugged me, and that's why I got knocked out in the fourth Marcus fight, I would say that's bullshit. You can't say, oh no, but these okay, now you care about Freddie Roach all of a sudden, these style? All of a sudden, all these years you said he was an overrated trainer, and now you want to defend him about him drugging Manny Pacquiao? There's no correlation to that. That's a made up talking point. That's what that is. Come on. There's no correlation to that. There's no correlation to that. What's the correlation? Like what? Honestly, I keep hearing that. All of a sudden, these guys care about Mark Breeland, but they said that Wilder needed to fire him and find a better trainer before. Like, thinking Wilder could have gotten a better corner and whether he drugged him or not are two different things. Don't you understand that? It is an employee at a job and you don't think he's doing the best possible job, right? And then they get accused of stealing money from the register. And you say, nah, there's no evidence he stole money from the register. Oh, but you were just saying that Billy does a horrible job mopping the floor, and now all of a sudden you want to defend him about the money being stolen. Like, there's no correlation to that at all. Zero. Like, stop using that. It's weak. I mean, goddamn. Now, me personally, I think Mark Breeland was perfect for Wilder. He was a tall welterweight, you know what I mean? Like, Wilder's a tall guy. I think he had a lot to offer Wilder, more than fucking Diaz. My opinion. This is my opinion. That's all. There is no issue with him firing Breeland. If he wanted to fire Breeland because he threw in the towel, okay, fine. That's his prerogative. He didn't just fire him. He accused them of spiking water and putting a fucking muscle relaxer in the water. This is like, that's not normal. Okay, trainers, they get rid of, you know, fighters get rid of trainers all the time. And well, why is everybody making a big deal about this? Like, what do you mean? He accused them of spiking his water. Well, what do you mean? He literally accused them of spiking the water. That's not normal. What do you mean? What's the big deal? Come on, guys. All right. What's the big deal? What's the big deal? What's the big deal? Oh, man. Look, man. Okay? All this, like, oh, all these people didn't care about Mark Breland before. They wanted Wilder to, they kept making fun of Wilder's windmill punches and they should find a real trainer, and all of a sudden they care. Like, what does that have to do with anything? You know what I mean? So that's all I'm trying to get at. You know what I mean? Now, if he did spike the water, that's a crime. All right. Now, whether the third fight should happen or not is a different subject. Everybody knows I've been a proponent saying the third fight should happen. And I believe Fury should honor the third fight. That's a different topic, though. You know what I mean? I haven't been on here saying otherwise. So I'm saying that the third fight should happen. He should honor the third fight. There was a pandemic. Stop acting stupid. That's why the fight didn't happen. All right? We need serious evidence being put out there. That's what we need. That's what we need. Everybody keeps saying, you'll see, the evidence will come out. So you're saying the evidence is not out. So the evidence is not out, it's going to come out. Is that what you're saying? Because then the evidence isn't out then. BNB says a lot of things have been said because the truth is Tyson Fury was trying to run away. Well, I'm not arguing against the third fight. So Neon Nine says, I don't trust YouTube investigators. Videos can be altered the same way pictures can. I don't trust YouTube investigators, period. Okay? You're telling me right now there's a court order that says that if you put that information, like, in other words, right? If you have a court order of not saying something, right? You can't insinuate it either. All right? That's all I'm saying. Like if you have a court order that says, hey, don't talk about this in public, well, he did talk about it. He basically said he put a muscle relaxer on my water, is what he said. That's what he said. So he already said it. Now, through the grapevine, right? Through the grapevine, I've already been given pictures of some of the quote unquote evidence that's going to be taken to court. And if that's the case, a lot of that shit, first of all, is already out there. People have already done videos on it. Okay, that's number one. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying. Hey guys, drop the name calling and just stick to the topic. Okay. I know everybody wants to become a big name and or be the guy that said whatever it is. Let's just stick to the topic. Look, Afro Rican Thompson, no, however, it's enough evidence to say he's guilty. I mean, let's be honest. I don't think there's enough evidence at all. Right? Plus, here's what I want to know. Look, check it out. Okay, check this out. I mean, you kind of argue that there's like it's encaved, right, in the knuckle area. No. Look at Waters' left glove. Look really closely. Look at it really closely. Look at it really closely now. Chismo, maybe it was too friendly, but that's different, right? You know what I mean? That looks like light. I mean, so in this here it's light, right? But light causes this curvature right here. I don't know if you guys can see my mouse, but light's causing that curvature right there. Maybe it is, but I like how the perception just changes a lot depending on who the fighter is, right? I mean, it looks encaved. I agree it's the lighting, but I mean, you can make a case that it's encaved. I'm asking if it's encaved. What would hurt more? Like you know what I mean? Let me show you guys something else real quick. All right, let me show you something else. Oh man, let me find the second fight. Hold on, hold on. I'm looking for some. Hold on. Hold on now. I'm going to show you this. Young Pharaoh never retracted this. Okay? And it was irresponsible. Look at this. Petition. This change.org disqualified Tyson Fury for cheating in both fights and grant Deontay Wilder a 44-0 record. Why? Now, granted, never mind the fact, by the way, guys, that because of the way the wraps are, that there's no knuckles, okay? Because of the way the wraps are, okay? That's number one. For all the people that say they saw knuckles on the wrist area, okay? But that aside, this was the smoking gun was this right here. The okay? Look at this. He said he had 125 slide PowerPoint proving that Tyson Fury cheated. That's what he said. Well, he must have missed the slide, all right? He must have missed the slide that where he takes off the gloves and there's no blood. He must have missed that slide. Convenient or not, I don't know. But after it came out that there was no blood in the wraps, he should have said something, my opinion. Should have said something. He never retracted that thing that he put on change.org. That, oh, look at the blood on the wraps. So when you put stuff like that, you expect people to take it serious? I mean, come on. Okay, man. Let me see if I can find the where. Hold on. I don't know why I can't find the. It showed me everything but the end of the fight. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Now there's something else I want you guys to see. Okay, something else I want you to see. Look at right there. He wipes blood off of his head, of his face, with the wraps. All right. Why in the hell would he do that if the wraps are loaded? That's number one. Second, as you could see in the pictures there, the wraps are covering the knuckles. All right. Third, look at the swelling on Wilder's head. Look how the swelling is going. You see the swelling from the eyebrow section all the way down to the ear cavity? That's where the end swell is being used to smooth away the swelling, and it went down there, and then it's making it look like right there. It doesn't look the way it does in that other picture I was showing. The swelling's gonna, form however it forms, from there. But anyway, there are the wraps. No blood on the wraps when he took them off. All right. He wiped the blood off of Wilder's face. That's why there was blood on the wraps. Okay. Well, I'm glad, Young, because I've been repeating this, and people are in their echo chambers and they're not listening. Like he took off the gloves, and if you don't believe me, go back and watch the fight. Right? Go back. In fact, let me see if I could do this. I hope I don't get copyrighted, but check it out. All right. Hold on. I think I found the fight here, but yeah. Well, I got the fight, but YouTube doesn't have the after the fight, so it is what it is. Okay. Well, that said, guys, look, all you got to do is go watch the fight. Watch when he takes off the gloves. There's no blood on the wraps. Did we get any retraction from young Pharaoh? Of course not. Okay. Of course we didn't get that. Now, here's what I want to say, and I need to make this really clear. All right. Whether the third fight should happen or not and Glovegate are two separate things. All right. I've been saying Fury should fight him again. Fury does have a history of not, he didn't give Vladimir Klitschko his rematch. He didn't do the immediate rematch with Wilder after the first fight. All right. Like this motherfucker, he's never defended a world championship. That's just true. All right. So I need to see him fight him again. Like there was a rematch clause. It doesn't matter what we think. We should fight him again. There was a pandemic, right? Like you have to give the extension of the pandemic at the very least. Right? So I've always stayed consistent about that. Those are two separate issues. And that's that. That's all I got to say. I want to thank everybody that came on, right? Even if they called me names, I don't give a shit. I got thick skin anyway. Okay? But with that said, this is D Style. I'm going to head out, and I'm out. Peace.